June. There we go. Looks like we have one person, so I will wait for a while. Hi, Louise. All right, we will begin. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see everyone who can show up today. It's Thursday, just in case you were wondering what day it was. Hi, Diane. Hi, Jay. It feels like every week it's like the days kind of like mush together a little bit. Hi, Mommy. My mom is chiming in. She's here. Okay. So for today, if you had noticed, this week is kind of like a time of reflection. So we started off kind of doing some times of stillness. And then we did a prayer where we talked about God circling around us and camping around us. And then yesterday we did a prayer about the circle of people and being connected to one another. Today we're going to do a prayer that kind of invites us. I was trying to find the right word. Invites us to relax. So that's the kind of prayer we're going to do today. So our verse for today is Psalm 131. I'm going to put that up on the screen. Blessings, Lynn. Okay, Psalm 131. It's very short, by the way. O Lord, my heart is not lifted up. My eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a weaned child with its mother. My soul is like the weaned child that is with me. O Israel, hope in the Lord from this time on and forevermore. And when I read this, it's kind of, I don't know, it's about quietness, about stilling ourselves and trusting in God and in the quiet and the stillness. So, and just says like, I'm not looking for grandiose things. I'm just here waiting and I'm hoping and trusting. And I recognize that a lot of people have been feeling very overwhelmed with this time, and including me. There are moments where I'm like, oh. And also, it can feel really. I feel sometimes there can feel some distance, some isolation, and the uncertainties can be overwhelming. So today I'm going to invite us to do this lifting up in prayer. It's similar to what we have been doing. There will be some silences in between, and I'm going to be as calming as I can be with my voice, but I'll try to speak up. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right. So now we're going to relax in the presence of God. Let go of anxiety and stress. Be aware of tension in your body and let it go. Let God's love support you. Rest in it. Float in it. Now, lift up to God anyone who is particularly on your mind. Lift them into the presence of God. Let them bask in God's love. Let God's healing love warm them through and through. Now, one by one, lift up your special people into the presence and peace of God. Let them be surrounded by God's goodness. Let God's love work deeply within them. And today I want to name a few people as we are lifting them up. Mary Jean, Steve Ingram, the Reverend Kelly Ketchum, Courtney Thomas and family, Susan Dwyer, David Golden, Margaret Falcomer, Shelley McLaughlin, Laura Dareth, Terry, Ben Lehman, Howard Fales, Rebecca Neal, Catherine, Jeff, Felicia Culp, Jack Overton, Glenn Hardesty, Janelle Hargist, Tom Waters, Victoria, Jeff, Gail, Adam, the family and friends of Terry Wise on his death, and anyone else we can think of in this moment. Now, return to your own needs and rest in God's love again. Be aware of God's strength flooding into you, restoring you, filling you. Turn now to larger problems, the things in this world that seem to be in deep need. We can name a few. The anguish of our country, of other countries facing this virus, facing turmoil. Lift these up to God as well. Let God's love envelop them. God's power transform them. See this planet. See how it struggles. See the depleted forest and damaged ozone layer. And see this world, too, held in the embrace of its creator, loved and sustained, renewed and healed. Now, come back to rest in God's love again. Let God's strength fill you, God's presence around you and within you. Feel the joy of the Lord. Now rest quietly in God's presence and wait. Let the Spirit be your guide and bring to mind anything else for you to lift up to God now. Now be aware of anyone who might be in the group right now, virtually, and lift them into God's healing, loving presence, that we may be one with your Creator, one in faith and hope and in love. Now may the love of the Creator sustain us, the joy of the Son entrance us, the power of the Spirit enliven us, and keep us in prayer for the world, now and always. Amen. And that was called Resting and Lifting. I didn't really get a chance to put that up, but I will now. So again, I hope that you have a very peaceful day. This was supposed to be a time of relaxing and of peace. Go back and read Psalm 131. It's very short. I think there's a lot of complexities in it. And I hope that today is just beautiful. The sun is out, at least here in Maryland, in Ellicott City. And I am praying for all of you and for the rest of this day. And please feel free to continue to send in your prayer requests. And I do hope that today brings you joy in some ways, that if you have anything that's going on in your heart and your mind, things that you really are struggling with, that you find some peace and some comfort today. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Pastor Mike will be doing this tomorrow. Peace. Thank you all for joining again. See ya.